Alright, what's good everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's vlog. Thursday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints hosting Atlanta Falcons. This should be a good NFC South matchup despite the fact that New Orleans only has one win this season while Atlanta is undefeated. This is a good rivalry between these two teams. Drew Brees, quarterback for New Orleans, while Matt Ryan's quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm here to give you some quick last minute fantasy tips for tonight's showdown. Now starting with the Atlanta Falcons, I just mentioned Matt Ryan. He had a bad week last week at home against Washington, but I definitely think he's going to have a good week this week against the New Orleans Saints because they give up the third most fantasy points to quarterbacks according to ESPN this season. They actually have many 300 yards matchups that they gave up, especially in a good matchup that Cam Newton had when they played against the Saints a couple of weeks ago. I think that Matt Ryan would definitely have a good matchup this week against that secondary and take it, the New Orleans secondary, and take advantage of that. Next up, Devontae Freeman, the running back. He's been doing an outstanding job replacing Tevin Coleman, who Atlanta actually had hopes of being a star as a rookie. But then when Coleman had the rib injury, it opened up the gates for Devontae Freeman to shine, and yes, and shine he did. He's been having a couple of 100-yard matches, great weeks these past couple of weeks, and New Orleans actually give up the 9th most points to running backs this season. I think that Freeman is another must-start this week. Lastly, I had a couple of questions about the Atlanta defense. I think you should not really start this defense because they are playing Drew Brees, and I still give Drew Brees respect. He is having a little bit of a down year like Peyton Manning, but in my opinion, Drew Brees has been doing better than Peyton, in my opinion. But I'm a little bit scared for the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going on the road in a good road test. Now, it is still Drew Brees, so you have to give him respect. But if you want to go with a wild card and get this one and take the risk, go right ahead and start Atlanta's defense. But I think you should go with the safe route in this one and try to go with defenses like Arizona, New York Jets, and even Cincinnati versus Buffalo. You could choose either defenses. I may lead Cincinnati's defense against Buffalo, even though the game is at Buffalo. A couple of defenses that you should possibly use this week over the Atlanta Falcons. Now headed over for New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees. Now he is having a little bit of a down year, but he is still averaging 20 points per game in the 4 games that he did play. So I have to say that you should go right ahead and go safe with this one and start in Drew Brees this week. I think because of the fact that Atlanta Falcons does a good job passing the football and the defense, the secondary for New Orleans gives up so many points, I think that they're going to have to depend on throwing the football in this matchup. So Drew Brees is a must start this week. For the running backs, CJ Spiller and Mark Ingram, I do not have any hopes for them this week. I think because of the fact that they have so many losses already, only one win, and they've been trailing behind in many games. Depending on the pass, you don't really know what to expect from both Ingram and Spiller, especially Mark Ingram. I don't think you should start him this week. Lastly, New Orleans defense, do not start him this week against Atlanta because, like I said, the secondary has been playing a little bit horrific this season. So that's my tips for tonight's matchup, and the next time I'm going to catch you guys will be Sunday morning, where I will give you last minute tips for week 6 of the fantasy season. Thank you for watching this vlog. I'm your man Akeem McCall. Be easy.